With the 2024 draft having tons of strong talent, there is one who I believe stands above the rest. Folks, Holland is the epitome of elite athleticism. I'm not exaggerating when I say he is the best athlete in the draft. But that aren't his only strength. From a raging 4.5 points in his freshman year of high school to being one of the most sought-after players in the whole world, has also shown his work ethic at such a young age. Let's see why Holland is a future NBA star. Holland has the skills and talent to become one of the best two-way players in the draft. At 6 feet 8 inches and 205 pounds, has a more traditional frame compared to the Wembanyamas and Alex Sarrs of the world. He makes up with his ability to attack the basket. Is the best slasher in the draft. Holland is great in ISO situations. He can split defenses with his good handle and intuition. Is also tremendously quick and possesses one of the quickest first steps out of anyone in the NBA. When you add in his leaping ability and smooth finishing, you get a player who can score at will, averaging a cool 19.5 points per game in the G League. If you try to stay in front, he blows by using his handle and quickness. If you step back, he'll get ahead of steam and finish over you. If you manage to stay in front of him, he'll initiate contact and use his athletic ability and dexterity to finish through the contact. His finishing capabilities are summed up pretty well by this one stat. On the Ignite, is making an average of 66.3% of his shots in the paint, a crazy high percentage. As you can imagine, an athlete like is a beast in transition. When isn't crashing the boards, which by the way, he's good at, he is running in transition to get easy buckets. With players like Giannis and LeBron relying on transition buckets for offense, could make an immediate impact on the offensive end. Can score other ways too. Even though he isn't an elite jump shot creator, he is dangerous in the catch and shoot. 83% of his three-point baskets were assisted compared to his 55% unassisted two-point buckets. Although he isn't the perfect shooter, he has the right traits to suggest he could be a player with good progression in his outside shooting. Since free throws is the most common and easiest way to see if a player will be a good shooter, at the next level, it looks like he could become a decent catch and shoot threat. Even though he only shoots 4% of his shots from mid-range, if he keeps developing, he could become an elite 3-level scorer. As a passer, is okay. He has good instincts, can find the open man and normally makes good decisions with the ball. But once he learns to exploit passing lanes while driving, he could become a good passer as well. His assist-to-turnover ratio on Ignite hasn't been outstanding at 1.07. But he can always improve once he's in the league. However, his biggest calling card is his potential to be an elite two-way player. He has the lateral quickness and instincts to become a lockdown defender at the next level. One of his best traits on that end is his versatility. With a 6 feet 11 inches wingspan and otherworldly athleticism, can effectively guard the 1 through 5. This is not only a rare skill, but one that is heavily sought after. The pick and roll is an action that is abused in the modern NBA. When you see players like Jaden McDaniels and Naz Reid clog up the pick and roll, they are already some of the most valuable role players in the league. So for to have that skill already raises his floor in the NBA to the level of Jaden McDaniels. As you can also expect from an athletic lanky wing, he is a great shot blocker. Since he is a small forward, having that elite shot blocking will add to the Pistons' interior defense along with Jalen Duran. Surprisingly, none of these are his best defensive trait. As you have probably seen in some of these clips, is a monster in the passing lanes. He gets tons of steals leading to easy points in transition. His 2.5 steals per game was second in the whole G League last season. Does he have any weaknesses? He does, the main one being his efficiency, or simply his shot selection. His percentage from long range and mid-range is subpar at best. Even though most of his made three-pointers and mid-range shots are off the catch, he misses tons of them off the dribble. It's not because he is a bad shooter, but more because he lacks basketball IQ. With Ignite, he shot 24% from three-pointers with 3.6 attempts per night. Even worse is 40% of his shots from 15 to 19 feet and 21.7% on shots from 20 to 24 feet. There are reasons why I'm not concerned is because of his free throw percentage. His free throw percentage is pretty solid at 76% on 5 attempts per game. His efficiency there should translate as well because of my second reason. Since Ron played in the G League this season, he jumped from a high school three-point line directly to an NBA three-point line. As we see many great college shooters taking time to adjust to the new line, it only makes sense that he will need time to adjust. I also believe that in an NBA environment, he will better understand what shots he should and shouldn't take. Ron Holland has the potential to be one of the faces of the league. He may never become a deadly shooter or a great passer, but I believe if he continues to work hard, we can see Ron become a multiple-time All-Star and a contributor on strong playoff teams. If you watched to the end, please hit that like button and subscribe to the channel.